Musical performance and music education, River City Brass has been bringing the joy of music to Pittsburgh and beyond since 1981. Please welcome River City Brass. City Brass and today's flyovers supported by members from the Pennsylvania Army National Guard 28th Expeditionary Combat Aviation Brigade. For today's ceremonial first pitch, let's welcome back two of the stars who were here during the first 3 seasons of play here at PNC Park. The first alum spent 5 seasons with the Buccos, one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball in that time, ranked 7th on the team all-time home run list, hit one of the most famous home runs in the history of PNC Park, a 9th-inning walk-off grand slam of Hall of Famer Billy Wagner in the first year ballpark in 2001. Let's hear it for Brian Giles. And no player in Pirates history caught more games than this next individual. 9 of his 15 seasons in the major leagues were with the Pirates after they selected him in the first round of the '92 draft. He ranked 2nd all-time in most hits by a catcher in Major League history, behind only Hall of Famer Pudge Rodriguez. Welcome back, the kid, Jason Kendall. Nice pick, kid. Thank you, Jason Kendall and Brian Giles. Enjoy the day. Let's raise that Jolly Roger.
What a fitting way to end a terrific pregame ceremony. So much excitement with the debut of phenom Connor Griffin, who will make his major league debut as the #1 prospect in all of baseball, playing shortstop, batting 7th for the Pirates, who return home having won 3 of 4 games on a very difficult road trip to begin the season. They come home with a 3-3 record, some momentum. The Pirates and Orioles home opener coming up next on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Pirates.
Ninth pick of the 2024 MLB Draft, the Pittsburgh Pirates select Connor Griffin.
This is a special place, and I want to be a Pirate for a long time.
It seems like they're a little pumped for number 6, Connor Griffin, making his Major League debut opening day 2026. With more on Connor Griffin, we go down to Hannah Mears.
Thanks, guys. Connor Griffin, first and foremost, congratulations. Getting the opportunity to achieve a dream here today with a Major League debut. What does this opportunity mean to you?
This means the world. You know, this is something I've been working for a long time, and for finally to be happening here, opening, home opener in Pittsburgh, like I'm super excited.
You're doing the dang thing on the home opener. There's a lot of buzz as it is, but to be able to go out in front of a sold-out crowd today and do it on opening weekend, how much more special is this to you?
I mean, it's unbelievable. I can't wait to see the fans. I can't wait to try to get them a win and, give them something cool to cheer for.
Opportunity, preparation, it's all coming to full circle today, but the past couple of weeks in AAA, and when you're looking at spring training and everything that's prepared you for this moment, how prepared do you feel to step on that field today? Yeah,
I feel ready to go. The past 2 years in the minor leagues, spring training, everything has just kind of built me for this moment, and I'm ready to just show the fans what I got.
You had told me when there were tough times last year, it was when your family wasn't able to be there. Well, you've got a group of people here with Connor Griffin jerseys today. What does it mean to know, and what type of comfort does that bring, knowing your family's here to support you?
Yeah, I can't wait to see them after the game. I'm going to have a lot of family here, a lot of friends, all the people that have kind of helped me get to this spot, and it's going to mean the world to have them here, and can't wait to try to go, play for them and give them something to cheer about.
Well, the Pittsburgh fans are looking for something to cheer about as well. You talk a lot about winning and winning here in Pittsburgh, wanting to be a Pirate for a long time. What is the opportunity to finally step on that field, to be able to put on the black and gold and be able to start winning games for the Pittsburgh Pirates mean? Yeah,
it's go time. It's ready. I'm ready to roll and can't wait to get out there and go win a game.
You going to find some moments to hoist a cone today?
I sure hope so.
He doesn't have one here with him, but it's in the dugout and it's ready to be hoisted, guys.
Hannah, thanks. With Connor Griffin, who again at the age of 19 makes his Major League debut, and John Wayner talked about it since the Pirates drafted him, and reports were that he's one of the greatest prospects in recent baseball memory, and just wondering how quickly he would get here, and here he is.
It's really amazing. He said he's been working on this for a long time. He's 19 years old, not as long as most, but I think back to last year, he hadn't played his first game as a pro last year, maybe starting in Bradenton in low A ball, and here he is in the big leagues a year later. Obviously, he had an unbelievable season, 336, a 950 OPS, doesn't have the 65 stolen bases up there. I mean, this guy has all the tools. He can hit for power, he has a cannon for an arm, he can run. It's really amazing. I don't know if people realize how special this is for a 19-year-old, one season in pro ball, to be in the major leagues. It's truly it just doesn't happen.
We're kind of dumbfounded that it's happening right now, along with you, I'm sure, as you're watching this, that he's 19 and he's the first teenager to make his Major League debut for the Pirates since Aramis Ramirez. John, the last time a teenage position player made his debut this early in a baseball season was Ken Griffey Jr. But that's all on his shoulders. He knows it, and he just seems comfortable with it all.
Really, and I thought it was nuts when Ken Griffey Jr. got called up as a 19-year-old. It just doesn't happen. It's very rare to have a teenager playing in Major League Baseball and to have so little experience just in pro ball. And you could tell he's a very mature kid. He's a very confident kid. That's part of the reason why he is here. And take away all the talent. I mean, and he has as much talent as anybody in the game, but he has the maturity and the confidence to go out there and compete with these guys.
Mitch Keller makes his second consecutive home opener start. And cameras follow Connor Griffin to shortstop. He follows Keller and Henry Davis on the mound. And now the rest of the starting 9 getting ready to take on the Baltimore Orioles, who, like the Pirates, are 3-3 on the young season. Pirates will play the Orioles for the second time in a home opener in the last 3 years in the Connor Griffin family and friends section. Wild stuff.
It really is. And yeah, you can see him. He's out there. There's nerves, but he's out there preparing himself, checking the sun, making sure he's prepared for whatever's hit his way.
Here is the Taylor Ward, the lineup for the Orioles. Taylor Ward will be followed by Gunnar Henderson and Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso will be followed by Adley Rutschman and Samuel Basayo, with Dylan Beavers in right, Jeremiah Jackson, the second baseman, Colton Cowser, the center fielder, and Blaze Alexander is at third. Gunnar Henderson had a lot on his plate when he made his debut not long after he was drafted. And Mitch Keller, Pirates right-hander, drafted in the second round back in 2014, will turn 30 years old tomorrow. He must feel like an old man out there.
Yeah, no kidding. The veteran of the group, the Car Shield numbers for Mitch. Pitched great in New York. His only start 6 scoreless, but again, didn't get much run support. That was kind of the theme for Mitch a year ago.
Levin Furniture and Mattress Pirates defense. You saw Connor Griffin, his double play partner Brandon Lau, Spencer Horwitz, Jared Triolo on the corners, Brian Reynolds, O'Neill Cruz, former Oriole, Ryan O'Hearn in right. Henry Davis catches as Taylor Ward, acquired over the winter from the Angels, takes strike 1 and underway. And Western PA native Jeremy Rayhack calling balls and strikes.
Thought we might get a challenge early on. Second pitch of the game looked like a pretty good sweeper there.
The numbers for Taylor Ward last season. One ball, 2 strikes. All-time leader in strikeouts here at PNC Park is Mitch Keller.
I almost want to see a ground ball to short. Get it out of the way.
That's
for Connor,
so true. That's a great call.
Yep, he wants to get comfortable. Yeah, the butterflies are there. I don't care, how mature you are or how talented you are. You want to get that ground ball out of the way.
No swing on the appeal to Dan Iasonia, the crew chief. Now 3-2. Keller will deliver a 6th pitch to start this game to Taylor Ward. And he walks him to start. On the 3-2 offering, Taylor Ward aboard. Don Kelly, in his first full season as manager of the Pirates, took over in May last year. Fastball missing to Gunnar Henderson. Again, those numbers last year, this year off to a little bit of a sluggish start. A 160 average, covering 25 at bats.
Good change up there for Mitch. He's sitting dead red fastball as Henderson out in front.
1 ball, 1 strike. And he falls behind 2-1 on Gunnar Henderson. Rookie of the Year His first full season in the big leagues, 2023, when he hit 28 home runs. A little shake early for Mitch Keller.
Suppose there's nerves too, maybe some butterflies. Mitch, very good with his command that first start of the year. Efficient, just 77 pitches in his 6 innings, didn't walk anybody.
And a throw over there. Jason Bourgeois, the first base coach. Buck Britton, third base coach for Baltimore. 3-1. Hit hard to right, carries out to O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn stationed right there and did a pretty serviceable job in spring training in the first handful of games on this road trip out in right.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable in right. Mitch wanted to get that fastball, I think, on the outer third, left it middle in. That's the wheelhouse for Henderson. Unfortunately, not able to get it into the air. Just a line drive, but O'Hearn, like you said, what we saw all spring, looks very comfortable in right.
Here's one of the new Orioles, big free agent sign, Pete Alonso, the all-time home run king in Mets history. The polar bear. 265 career homers, hit his first with the Orioles in their first homestand.
I think he likes facing Mitch Keller.
No. 1 for 15 against Mitch Keller in his career. 0-2. Well, maybe Keller can induce that ground ball to Connor Griffin to start a twin killing. 0-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes on Pete Alonso. The Orioles outbid several other big market teams to land the 5-time All-Star, 5-year deal. Struck him out looking. 2 away.
I like the call there. Henry Davis, Mitch Keller on the same page. And he took that 0-2 pitch very comfortably, almost like he was sitting on something soft. So they thought, well, if he's sitting soft, let's speed him up. Perfectly placed fastball in that outside corner.
Now it's switch hitting catcher Adley Rutschman. And look who's going to get the ground ball. Mitch Keller gets out of it. Connor Griffin unassisted put out at second. Pirates come to bat. Lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning for the Bucks. And he will be followed by Brandon Lau and Brian Reynolds with Marcell Ozuna, the DH. Ryan O'Hearn hits 5th. Spencer Horwitz in that 6th spot, and they decide to bat Connor Griffin 7th. First teenager to play for the Pirates since Aramis Ramirez. Jared Trillo, Henry Davis round out the starting 9 against a really formidable pitcher in Kyle Bradish. His second start of the season. O'Neill Cruz, of course, homered in back-to-back games in Cincinnati.
And Bradish, 4 2/3, his first time out, 4 punch-outs, 3 walks. Not exactly a household name, but a guy that has done some things in his career, his brief career. Surprised to see in 23 he was 4th in the AL Cy Young vote.
Wild.
You know,
You don't think of it.
no.
Bradish, of course, we haven't heard much from him because he then underwent Tommy John surgery and missed a bunch of time. Came back August of last year from Tommy John, 2-1.
Not a very hard thrower. Basically, you know, your old school sinker slider pitcher. That's what you're going to see most of. He'll mix in a curveball and a 4-seam fastball.
2-1. That evens things up. O'Neill Cruz hit in the 5th spot of the order on Wednesday in Cincinnati. Homered in the 1st inning. Don Kelly puts him back in that leadoff spot. Hit him 8th on Tuesday against left-handed pitchers. Tuesday and Wednesday. Dropped them down in the lineup. 2-2. And Bradish, the strikeout to start his day.
That's a pretty good breaking ball. You see it just diving as it gets through the hitting zone. Just disappearing under the bat of O'Neill Cruz.
I mentioned finishing 4th in Cy Young voting in 2023. Here's Brandon Lau. Fouls it off. Lau to a strong Pirate start, 6 for 18. Xfinity batting stats from last year with Tampa Bay. His first 2 home runs as a Bucco opening day. In fact, he hit the first home run of the 2026 Major League Baseball season at Citi Field in New York last Thursday. And lines this to right. He's got extra bases. Brandon Lau ropes into the right for a 1-out double.
We'll talk about it a lot. Not a very big guy, but packs a lot of punch in that swing. But just a professional hitter. You see him every at bat. He's in every at bat. He doesn't give them away. You make a mistake, he'll hit it in the seats against you. You know, we saw those first 2 homers in New York turning around fastballs. That time stays back on the breaking ball.
Brian Reynolds also homered in back-to-back games. Homered in the 9th inning. Insurance for the Pirates in Cincinnati on Wednesday. Hit a 2nd inning home run. His first of the season on Tuesday. In fact, he and Ryan O'Hearn went back-to-back.
No.
Challenge, first challenge from Reynolds of the year.
I was waiting for it. I was wondering when it was going to come. There was a couple pitches in that Cincy series that I'm sure he wanted to challenge, but the Pirates only had 1 at the time.
Oh, ABS powered by T-Mobile.
1 challenge remaining.
And a strike.
We talked about it so much in the spring. You know, these hitters, you know, they're used to a certain strike zone, and Brian Reynolds has as good an eye as any. But the zones changed a little bit for these guys.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the plate.
You know, as far as the up and down goes, you know, it's going to be different. I think especially for a guy like Brian Reynolds, who was a little wider, a little lower in his stance a year ago. He's upright a little bit more, but it doesn't matter what your stance looks like. It depends on your height.
Every player measured at spring training. One ball, 2 strikes. Checks. No swing. Chad Fairchild. 2-2 on Reynolds.
Not much there.
Full count, snap throw, Basayo. And Lau gets back.
It looked like they were trying to go up and in. Fastball at 97 from Bradish on that outside corner.
Up to Osuna with 2 outs. He's 1 for 20. But with Atlanta, an RBI machine, especially 23-24 seasons. Wow. Trying to get Lau.
Yeah, not much of a lead. He's not going anywhere. You're not going to expect Brandon Lau to be trying to steal here with 2 outs. Just an average lead. Interesting.
A wave and a miss on a slider. Couple strikeouts for Bradish. Cruz swinging. Reynolds looking. Lau still at second. Pirates signed Marcell Osuna, the 35-year-old veteran, over the winter. 1-year free agent deal. 21 homers last season, 68 RBIs for the Braves. Again, that slider, 1-2.
You can tell first pitch he was hunting fastball, didn't get it. Wasn't able to recognize spin, chased a breaking ball. Then they go hard in, which again gets into your mind, well, I better be ready for the heater. And didn't get it.
Bradish trying to strand Lau at second. This time can't get Osuna to chase.
Osuna, a proven RBI guy. He's always been comfortable in situations with runners in scoring position. There's certain guys that just know what to do in these situations.
3-2. And 2 years ago, 104 ribbies for Marcell Osuna, 39 homers. In 2023, hit 40 home runs, drove in 100. Three-2 from Bradish to Marcell Osuna. And he strikes him out looking. So 3 Ks for Bradish. Lau stranded, 0-0 after 1. Packed house, PNC Park, 0-0, top of the second. Time for our Penn West University stat of the day. The most recent teenagers to start for a team in its first 7 games of the season. Adrian Beltre, Andrew Jones, Ken Griffey Jr., Robin Yount. It's been done 44 times in Major League history, including Hall of Famers Ty Cobb, Rogers Hornsby, Mickey Mantle, Al Kaline, Brooks Robinson. Stab by Keller. Masayo is retired.
Pirates got some athletic pitchers. We saw Bubba Chandler and Cincy make a great play on a bunt that he turned into a double play. Mitch Keller showing some quick reflexes.
How about the Hunter Barco play? Did you happen to see that?
Yeah, that's another.
Strike on Dylan Beavers. They play Triolo up the edge of the grass. Challenge here, first of the day for the Birds. ABS powered by T-Mobile. How good must Jeremy Rayhack feel, the home plate umpire?
Yeah. And you know, for both teams, it's like, is it worth it? 1 out, nobody on in the second inning. Because like we saw on that road trip, in fact, with Brian Reynolds, it's, you know, once you have one challenge down, these guys are going to be hesitant to challenge again.
Ground ball. Oh, just past diving second baseman Brandon Lau. So Dylan Beavers has a 1-out single. First hit for the Orioles.
And you see Lau playing in the pool. So had a little longer distance to travel. 3 steps in a dive and almost got there, just under the glove. Hit too hard.
Lau made a couple of real nice plays on the road trip. Jeremiah Jackson comes to the plate for Baltimore.
Can't help but think with Brian Giles and Jason Kendall in the house, and those two opening up this ballpark 25 years ago, what they're thinking right now, because when they first came onto this field, that grass was about 4 inches high. Second baseman would have got in front of that.
That's exactly right. There's a ground ball. Connor Griffin, shovel, double play. Connor Griffin will be due up third in the bottom of the second. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. And by Cohen Markets, everyone gets 10 cents off per gallon before 9 a.m. No exceptions. Ryan O'Hearn takes ball one, the former Oriole. Bradish struck out 3 of the 4 he faced in the first inning. O'Hearn 8 for 19 as a Pirate. Has drawn 4 walks, has struck out 3 times. Breaking pitch, a good one from Kyle Bradish.
That comes in there pretty sharp. It's firm and sharp. Very late breaking.
O'Hearn facing a right-hander, but John and the others were talking about how impressed they were with how he fared against left-handed pitching. Saw it in spring training, saw it opening week. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on O'Hearn.
For one, lefties don't face lefties that often, so you're just not used to it. You know, righties obviously face more righties than lefties face lefties, and so you kind of learn facing righties all the time just to see the ball a little bit longer. And I think that's what I'm most impressed with. You know, watching Ryan O'Hearn up there, he just seems to see the ball so much longer against lefties, which helps you recognize the speed and spin of a ball. You're less likely to chase that breaking ball. I know O'Neal Cruz has worked very hard at hitting lefties, and boy, he's seeing the ball a bit longer. Crushing the ball against lefties.
My gosh.
Early on.
O'Hearn, who hit a little bit better against righties last year, but his OPS, on base plus slugging, was better against left-handers. A 795 OPS versus righties, 832 against lefty pitching. That was last season. And he's aboard. And O'Hearn draws the walk and brings up Spencer Horwitz. Bradish, Angels' 4th round pick in 2018 out of New Mexico State. Briefly teammates with Nick Gonzalez, as Horwitz, Baltimore area native, takes ball 1. He's trying to get on track. 2 for 15. Early going. Front, 1 ball, 1 strike on Horwitz. Last year, 11 homers, 51 ribbies. Started the season on the injured list because of the wrist surgery after he was acquired by the Pirates. Parts of 2 seasons with the Blue Jays. Now he's in the hole, 1 and 2.
And again, that late breaking curveball there, more downward movement than what we've seen with the slider.
Horwitz uses his timeout here. He is 7 for 38 in his career against Orioles pitching. It's a 184 mark. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bradish gets another K. Geez, how quiet did it get?
Yeah. Well,
From the ovation, and then 0-1. His first pitch, he swings and misses the slider.
You almost figure you're up there looking for a first pitch to drive, and I think that pitcher knows it as well.
It's so interesting because watching almost every at bat, we get a chance to do that with the MLB app and with Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Just about every time he took that first pitch.
Yeah. And
1 ball, 1 strike.
Anticipating a fastball, didn't get it. I think if I was a pitcher and, you know, guy's making his big league debut, I'm not throwing him a meatball first pitch.
Trying to encourage him. 1-2. Foul tip.
Just gets a piece. The more pitches you see, I think the better off you are. You're trying to slow things down. Your mind's racing. You got the butterflies. He's been such a good hitter his entire life. And you're just trying to tell yourself, see the ball. Relax. Stay back. Almost impossible in your debut.
Left center field. Carrying and in the gap. Connor Griffin into second. Runner waved. Here's the throw. 1-0. Do you believe it?
Why is he the top prospect in baseball? Because he can make an adjustment.
That is
Wow.
something special. Wow is right. That is incredible.
All breaking balls from Bradish to Connor Griffin.
Oh, Mom's like, you can understand Mom. Kim. And a base hit to right field. Griffin can fly. Runner going to be waved. Here's the throw. And he scores head first. How do you like the script so far? 2-0. Triolo brings him home.
Does anybody else get sent there? Maybe O'Neal Cruz. But Connor Griffin, again, the crack of the bat, the double, how loud it was, how hard it was hit. On a breaking ball down and away. A base hit the other way to the short porch and right. Hard hit, but Connor Griffin has all the tools. And Tony Beasley at third, coaching third, did not hesitate.
My, oh my. Henry Davis at the plate. Triolo spanks it to right to score. Griffin. Mangum there had the cone going. Whew. On the 5th pitch he saw in the major leagues, he laced a double to the left center gap and then scores on a base hit to right. And this is ripped to left by Henry Davis. That's a fair ball. Bounces hard away from Ward. Beasley's got the windmill going. Here's the throw to the plate off the mark. It's 3-0.
Kyle Bradish just sailing along. Gave up the double to Lau in that first inning. Struck out 4 of the first 6 he's faced. Connor Griffin A 2-strike breaking ball. Up a little bit, but still outer third, maybe outside corner. Stays back, stays on it.
Fans react in the background.
And it's just unraveling. I mean, you want to talk about getting everybody pumped up, fired up. Not only the fans, but his teammates.
Family reacts.
That's so great.
19 years old. And number 19, Jared Triolo, brings him home. Ball 1. He swung and missed that slider. The first pitch from Bradish, then took one, swung at another, fouled the next pitch off. Remember, barely in and out of Rutschman's mitt. And then hit a line drive to the left center gap on what they're calling a curveball. That pitch that Griffin hit 106 miles an hour into the left center gap. Two and one. Bradish sure does seem rattled, and he's been a road warrior for the Orioles since he got to the big leagues. 2 and 1. Bradish came into this game since August of 2023, 6-0 with a 1.77 ERA on the road. 12 road starts since August 13th, 2023.
And hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in his last 12 on the road until today.
Still 1 out. The aggressive sends from Tony Beasley. Griffin and Triolo scoring. Left side and through, and here comes another run. Cruz on a 2-2 pitch makes it 4-0 Pirates.
We talked about Ryan O'Hearn and seeing the ball a little longer against lefties. It works against righties too. Don't try to be too quick. See the ball a little bit longer, you hit it a little bit deeper, and you go the other way. And the way the infield shift these days, shortstop's way up the middle, so there's a big hole on that left side for O'Neal Cruz. Gets the fastball up and away, finds that hole.
Brandon Lau doubled to right field in his first Pirate at bat at PNC Park.
He's going to look for something to drive here. Short porch and right. Look for something middle in that he could pull in the air. Didn't get the fastball, got the breaking ball. A little out in front.
2-1 on Brandon Lau. Lefty Dietrich Enns loosens in the bullpen. Next pitch coming up will be his 30th of this inning. Paying attention to Cruz, who was the co-leader in stolen bases in the National League last year with Juan Soto. And there he goes. It's taken high and out. He's caught stealing. The count is 3-1 on Lau. Masayo going down to Gunnar Henderson.
Pretty decent jump from Cruz. Bradish quick to the plate, quick release from the catcher. A one-hop throw handled with the tag just in time.
Full count now on Brandon Lau.
Kind of amazing. That was just the second stolen base attempt for this Pirates club.
Is three and two. Fouls it away.
And you know, with this lineup, with the additions, with the power now that's in this lineup, you might not try to force the issue as much as far as trying to get an extra base. You get guys that can drive them in from first base this year.
Lau draws the walk. Second walk of the inning allowed by Bradish, and for Brandon Lau, he's now drawn 5 walks in the early going this season. On base both times he's come to the plate against Bradish. The Pirates have him on the ropes. Rookie skipper Craig Albernance has the lefty loosening as Reynolds steps to the plate, struck out looking in the first. He's the 8th man to hit in this second inning. And he goes the other way, but foul. Center, left fielder Ward, the final out. Quite an inning. Connor Griffin is gold so far. For nothing on the UPMC scoreboard. Buccos lead in Pirates baseball, presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. There's the man of the hour, the kid, the new kid in town, Connor Griffin. Jason Kendall, the kid, threw out the ceremonial, or caught the ceremonial first pitch from Brian Giles, and Connor Griffin did not disappoint. What more could you ask for? His first plate appearance, an RBI double, and then scored, and now we'll perhaps something in Quentin Cowser's eye. Yeah. And our Penn West University educating you, the last player to make his major league debut as a teenager and in his first plate appearance collect an extra base hit, Jurickson Profar, September 2nd, 2012, when he was with the Texas Rangers. Comes with a little bit of an asterisk because on May the 15th, 2018, Juan Soto debuted with the Nationals against the Yankees. He had a hit, but that game was suspended and wasn't finished up till later. So officially, Profar, September 2nd, 2012. The last to do it before Connor Griffin moments ago.
He did it as a teenager?
Was a teenager.
Wasn't aware that he was up that early.
September 2012. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cowser, you were around when Ramirez made his debut, weren't you? 98?
Yes, 90. Well, I wasn't here, but I remember, of course, Ramirez certainly got here in a hurry.
Yeah.
Got off to a bad start, if I remember correctly, 0 for 20 or so.
Never forget that, because when they came to the plate, 0 for, I think 0 for 20, he got a standing ovation from the crowd at Three River Stadium, and then he doubled his first big league hit. 19-year-old Aramis Ramirez. 2-2 as Mitch Keller is take to a 4-0 lead facing the 8-9-1 hitters in the Orioles lineup. Three and two. Back-to-back home opening day starts for Mitch Keller. Last time somebody started back-to-back home openers, Zach Duke, 2009, 2010. 3-2. Certainly didn't want to do that. Leadoff walk. Start planning your 2026 Pirates group outing. Group tickets come with the option to add on exclusive fan experiences, loaded value, and much more. To purchase tickets for your group, visit pirates.com/groups. Pirates home through Wednesday. Play these Birds tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon, then the Padres are in. Stab by Keller. There's 1 and 2.
Again, being athletic, that ball was hit pretty firm back at Mitch Keller and able to react, stab it, took his time. Good feed for Lau. And that's one way to erase a leadoff walk quickly now. 2 outs here in the third.
And a strike to Ward, leadoff man. Keller start against the Mets. Did not walk a batter in 6 innings. Game 2 of the season. 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and no decision. All-time strikeout leader, history of PNC Park, 84th start in this ballpark. That's second in ballpark history to Paul Mahallam, who started 100 games here. Deep third foul. Having Connor Griffin up here now has Jared Triolo at third base, where I think everybody would admit that's his best position. He's as good defensively as it gets.
He sure is, and you know, I'm sure he enjoyed playing shortstop, but probably most comfortable at third base.
Gold Glover is a utility man, and a minor league Gold Glove for Connor Griffin. Another 3-2 pitch and another walk. Frustrating for Mitch Keller, no doubt. He walks Ward for a second time. And another 3-2 count in this inning. He walked Colton Hauser to start the frame on a 3-2. Gunnar Henderson lined a ball sharply to the right fielder Ryan O'Hearn in the first.
Such a good pitch. A backdoor breaking ball. Just get me over to get ahead in the count.
And the other way for Gunnar Henderson. First and second. And it brings up Pete Alonso.
Good approach to hitting there. Fastball. Not a bad location. If you're up there trying to pull that pitch, you probably hit a ground ball to the right side, but he stays back. Hits it hard the other way.
Time for a visit there from Henry Davis. Talk things over before Alonso steps in for a second time against Keller. Able to strike him out looking. The Polar Bear now in Baltimore. Averaged 39 home runs the last 5 years with the Mets. Mets made, of course, a bunch of changes. We saw that when we were in New York opening series. Wholesale changes for New York, and Alonso not part of those changes that were made. And there's a line drive to second, and Lau is there. And they strand two. 4-0 Pirates. MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus live radio broadcasts of every game, game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Sellout crowd, home opener. First of three with the Orioles. Pirates score 4 in the bottom of the second. Only man not to bat in the second leads off the third against Kyle Bradish, Marcell Ozuna. Was caught looking in the first.
pitch board lineup. In fact, was up.
Breaking ball's been tough for Osuna to lay off here the early going of 2026. Seeing a heavy dose of those sliders.
Yeah, we'll talk about hitters being in between a bunch, and that's where it seems like Ozuna is right now, a little in between, meaning a little tardy with the fastball, which makes you want to speed up, maybe start a little sooner than you're out in front of the breaking ball. And every hitter goes through it.
Gets a piece of the last couple of pitches. Osuna, who was an all-star 2 years ago with the Atlanta Braves, came to the major leagues as a Marlin back in 2013. Won a Gold Glove there in Miami as a left fielder. Spent a couple of years in St. Louis. And that slider gets him again. And now here's a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Nobody sells Lazy Boy for less than Levin.
Bradish has gotten Osuna twice, struck out 3 in the first. He's got 5 punch outs so far. Ryan O'Hearn got the rally started last inning, drawing a walk. This guy is everything and more in terms of character, what he brings to the table on and off the field.
Yeah, the at-bats just, again, great character guy, great clubhouse guy. And man, he can hit. I mean, we talk about these additions to the lineup with O'Hearn, Lau. Ozuna will get it going.
Couldn't hold, according to the third base umpire. Now Horwitz, who struck out his first at bat. That's 6 Ks now for Bradish.
I thought he was able to check it, but see that barrel. It seems to me nowadays like the check swing is
non-existent almost.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting called.
You start to move your hands. Doesn't matter where you stop them.
Every time you start your hands, there's a check.
Yeah.
And it seems like 3 out of 4, you're getting rung up.
Horwitz. Count of 1 ball and 1 strike with Connor Griffin on deck. A lot of the firsts are out of the way for Connor Griffin. Within Furniture and Mattress strike zone. It'll be the second baseman Jeremiah Jackson and a 1-2-3 third for Bradish. Pirates have a 4-0 lead. Home opener.
Welcome back to PNC Park, where the #1 prospect in baseball and the newest Pittsburgh Pirate, Connor Griffin, is making his major league debut, and that's a shot of his family reacting to his first big league at bat, sparking this Pirates offense with an RBI double. Mom, you've had tears in your eyes all day. What has this moment, watching it come to life today in front of you, meant?
It is just so surreal to see this community and this fan base just wrap their arms around Connor. Seeing his jersey just out there in the stands has just been amazing.
Dad, that at bat, you're a coach, you're a father. The way he adjusted and was able to settle himself in that moment to bring in the first run for the Pirates, what did that mean?
Yeah, he just had to be patient, and the more he saw spin, I felt like he was in good shape. And we have a facility back home that he works out in all the time at Grit Training. And we hit on a hit tracks, and he hits at PNC Park just about every day in the off season. Of course, it's not live pitching, but he always said if he gets it up in the air to that 410 mark, it's going to be an out. If he hits a line drive, it's going to be a double, and there he was standing on second base. And we jokingly have called that Connor's Corner for about a year now, hitting on the hit tracks.
He's manifested this exact moment for himself. We're going to have to start naming that Connor's Corner, I believe, as well. But Dad, when you think about all of that preparation and work that's been put in behind the scenes, he also helped turn the first double play of the Pirates for the season. What does it mean to see how his hard work is on display all around today?
He puts a lot of work in defensively as well. And that's one thing a lot of people question, whether he could play shortstop or not at the big league level or even the professional level. And he works hard every day at that, and I feel like that the hard work's paid off, and I trust him as much as anybody in the world at shortstop.
Well, we're seeing those 5 tools he talks about on display today at PNC Park, but Mom, one thing that really stands out about your son is the fact that his character shines even more than his play on the field. What does it mean to know the way that people value him as a human being here in Pittsburgh?
It is so special, and he'll tell you all the time that, yes, he's a 5-tool player, but that 6th tool is his character. And I think that's a lot of the reason why he's wearing number 6 today, too. So.
Dendy, his beautiful wife over here, this moment I know is just as special for you, being able to watch your husband out there. If you had words for him right now, what would you say?
I'm so proud of you. There's no one more deserving, and I can't wait to see how God shines through you this season.
I couldn't have said that better myself. That was so eloquent. Guys, this is so exciting. PNC Park has held their breath in silence with him at the plate. They have erupted in every special moment he has created on this field. What has Pittsburgh meant to your family?
Well, it's great. They gave him a chance to be in this spot. So, you know, we have a lot of gratefulness for the city of Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Pirates management, for taking a shot on a kid from Mississippi. So, you know, this is a great day.
It certainly is. It's a great day for Pittsburgh fans as well. And when you turn and look at this view, hey, Dendy, you okay calling Pittsburgh home?
I like the sound of that.
We do too, guys. Enjoy this moment. Take it in. You should be very proud. Pittsburgh is excited. The family is excited. Brownie, I know you up in there in the box. You guys are excited as well.
Yeah, this is something to watch, Hannah. Thanks. And you could just tell where Connor Griffin gets that great character. 2 awesome parents and his wife, Dendy. He's got his brothers here and family and friends. And there, another look at Mom. Overcome with joy.
Right fielder, Dylan Beaver.
High fives. Brothers, other sons. Unbelievable. Yeah, a lot of people happy and proud, including Darren Mazeroski. How wild is that? The scout that signed him, Bill Mazeroski's son.
Yep. Pretty amazing. And we talk about, you know, for the hitter, getting that first hit out of the way. After watching the family's reaction, you know, I think they want to get the hit out of the way too. I mean, just sitting there. We were talking about Ramos Ramirez earlier, going 0 for 20.
Yep.
You know, if your family's there for 4 or 5 games, you don't get that first hit. It's nice to get it out of the way early.
It's Darren, by the way, Darren Mazeroski. A little moment there with Connor Griffin. Well, that is so true. Get that out of the way. His family will be here through this homestand And he'll be due up first in the bottom of the 4th. Interesting, Dylan Beavers squaring on the 2-1, now 2-2. Keller walking the leadoff man again, the 3rd time in 4 innings. It's 4 walks on the day for Keller. A tough play here. Triolo can't come up with it. That'll be a hit for Dylan Beavers. Had he fielded it cleanly, John, he may get him.
Yeah, it's going to be a very close play. I mean, everything would have had to have been perfect to be able to glove it, throw on the run, and the throw would have to be strong and accurate. But the ball kind of stayed down on him off the end of the glove.
2 aboard for Jeremiah Jackson, who hit into the inning-ending 6-4-3 double play in the 2nd. This Orioles offense can get right back in this game. It's an offense that slipped a bit last year, but they fully anticipated being back to where it was a couple years ago, especially when they get Jackson Holiday back from the Hemate surgery, and be a while yet for Jordan Westberg. Maybe a couple more months, that partially torn UCL. In the meantime, guys like Jeremiah Jackson, who last year played in 48 games, made his major league debut with the Orioles. 1-2. Colton Cowser on deck, Rutschman at 2nd, Beavers at 1st. And into right center. O'Hearn called for it. And Cruz came over. And they're talking it over now.
Earlier this inning, a fly ball to Reynolds, and noticed as Cruz was going towards left, he looked and saw that Reynolds was camped under it, and so let Reynolds take the play. And when a ball's hit high enough like that, you have time to just glance over. And you know, especially with a big crowd tonight, there's a lot of noise. If you're not screaming, it's hard to hear one another. O'Hearn, I assume, was calling as he had his glove up. You know, but sometimes you don't hear that, so you have time to glance over, and then you see that he's right there, then you can pull up. You know, sometimes it's more, you know, the ball that's hit lower that you don't have time to look at your corner outfielder. You know, that's where you really got to scream and yell. But a ball hit that high, you have time to glance over and then look back up for the ball.
One on Colton Cowser.
Yeah, I know the one ball in Cincy too, especially on the road. It's you know, if you're an outfielder and you got 2 guys calling for it, you got to continue to scream and holler, because with all the fans in the outfield seats, and they're loud and they're screaming and they don't want you to hear each other. The changeup had him out front.
Just 1 strikeout so far for Keller, but he's out in front. Colton Cowser 0-2. He walked Cowser to start the 3rd. That's another strikeout. Comes at a good time, and Connor Griffin going to lead off for the Pirates in the bottom of the 4th, leading 4-0. Welcome to the Toyota RAV4th inning. That ovation for the 19-year-old rookie, Connor Griffin. His second Major League plate appearance. His first plate appearance, RBI double into left center. Crowd.
I'm not surprised he got a first pitch fastball.
Yeah.
Did not see a fastball his first at bat. I like the idea, by the way, of Connor's corner.
Yes. Good job, Mr. Well, I guess they talked about it. Kevin Griffin, his dad, mentioned how he and Connor talked about it. Now 3-1. I tell you, his dad knows baseball. There's the sweet level look where they are. 3-1. Oh man, ball 4. He's aboard. How soon will he take off? Well, Jared Triolo with Connor Griffin at second base picked up his first RBI of the season. A nice job by Triolo. We really didn't get a chance to highlight the job he did.
Yep, not wasting any time. Gets a fastball, stays inside, works it into right field, and got to see the speed of Connor Griffin racing around third.
Griffin, of course, 65 stolen bases last year at the minor league level, caught 13 times. By the way, he faced Bradish once in spring training this year, did Connor Griffin. I wonder, that just one at bat didn't help him a little bit. March the 11th, he grounded out against Bradish. The Pirates took on the Orioles. We faced the Birds a bunch in spring training, close proximity to each other. Half swing foul, 0-2.
Bradish pretty quick to the plate, and if you're a base stealer, you're stealing off the pitcher more often than not. And if they're quick to the plate, hard to get a good jump. We saw that with O'Neill Cruz back in the bottom of the second. He got a pretty decent jump. They still were able to throw him out because the pitcher is so quick to the plate.
Again, Triolo on an 0-2 pitch. He's 2 for 2. He's gone to right field both times. Griffin stops at second. Nobody out for Henry Davis.
And we've been talking about it with our left-handed hitters mostly, about seeing the ball a little bit deeper, see our guys going the other way a whole bunch. Well, that's works from both sides of the plate. If you feel like your timing's a little bit off, you're chasing a lot of breaking pitches, unable to stay back, when you set your sights to hit the ball the other way, again, it helps you see it a little bit longer. You're in a better position to hit the ball the other way.
Davis has made his 3 hits count, 3 for 15 so far this season with 3 RBIs. Checking down Tony Beasley.
Fastball, good take, just off the outside edge.
On Henry Davis. Last year hit 167 with 7 homers, 22 RBIs in 87 games. Connor Griffin at second base. The walk. Triolo at first. He sure does not look like he's 19 years old and playing in his first major league game. Just watching as you are on TV or your device, and we're watching from high above home plate. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it just looks like everybody else.
Looks like you got the date and a ground ball backhanded nicely at third by Alexander. Wide throw and out at first. Davis able to elude Alonso. Double play goes 5-3.
Third baseman, you got that situation, first and second, nobody out. If the ball takes you to your right, you're going to go third to first. If it's at you or to your left, you're probably going to just go around the horn. And plenty of time to make the throw. Good job by Alfonso avoiding a collision.
You see him trying to get out of there as fast as possible. Now Cruz with 2 outs and Triolo at second. He checks, or did he? Hey, he did. Just a ground single through the left side last time up that brought home Henry Davis. Part of a 4-run second inning. Oh, Cruz so close to tapping the helmet.
Boy,
he stopped himself.
Yeah. This pitch looked way down.
One ball, one strike. Tried to raise that right hand, was about to hit his helmet, and a ground ball to second. Pirates had first and second, nobody out, not able to capitalize, but they lead it 4-0 through 4. Pirates, top of the 5th. O'Neill Cruz, Ryan O'Hearn. A little bit of miscommunication maybe. And then when they came back, O'Hearn saying exactly what John Wehner was just saying, that hey, when I wave, you can see me, that I've got it. Maybe a broken bat, base hit to start the inning off for Blaze Alexander. He hit into a double play his first time up against Keller, and back to the top with Taylor Ward. But good to see them address that, and good to see Tony Beasley, who's working with the outfielders, address it right there.
Oh, Tony Beasley will not stop coaching. He will not stop teaching. He is a hard worker. He cares. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. He's unafraid and he has no ego. I mean, he's the perfect guy to have.
Well said. That's exactly right. Tony Beasley, unafraid with no ego. What a beautiful man, and so great to have him back in a Pirates uniform. A couple of strikes, good stuff there from Keller, who's walked Ward twice. There is the Beezer, Tony Beasley, back with the Pirates, originally drafted by the Orioles. 0-2 count on Ward. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Traded for Grayson Rodriguez of the winner. See Jeremy Rayhack lean back and ring him up. 3rd K.
Another pitch borderline down. And you see the late movement just below the zone. And again, you use those early challenges. You're afraid to tap that helmet and use the last one unless you're 100% certain.
That strikeout presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Line drive fair into the right field corner. O'Hearn going to fish it out of there. Alexander blazing around, and he'll score easily. And now out halfway between 2nd and 3rd, but nobody there. So it is an RBI double for Gunnar Henderson, and it's 4-1.
Henderson looks locked in. It's a hard liner his first time up right to O'Hearn in right field. Then a base hit the other way and another bullet into right.
Now Pete Alonso.
Hesitation there by Alexander around 3rd. Then he gets the windmill.
Gunnar Henderson. Line out to right, single to left, double to right. Alonso struck out looking in the 1st, lined out to the 2nd baseman, Lau. Weird not to see him wearing a Mets uni.
It sure is. He just looks different.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like the same guy.
Don't they even call him the polar bear anymore?
No.
Hit his first home run as an Oriole on Tuesday off Jacob deGrom in Baltimore. One-time Rookie of the Year, Pete Alonso. 1-2 count. 2-2. Gunnar Henderson picks up his 5th RBI of the young season. 2-2.
There must be something about Mitch Keller where Alonso just doesn't pick it up. Some late swings against the fastball. Out in front of the breaking ball.
Working with Henry Davis. 2-2. Gets him with that sweeper. A frustrated Pete Alonso strikes out for a 2nd time. 2 Ks in the inning for Keller. 4 on the day.
Late on the fastball, ahead of the breaking ball.
Now faces the catcher, Adley Rutschman. The DH is Samuel Basayo. That's fouled off. Samuel Basayo, the DH, but his backup catcher essentially now with Rutschman. Back and forth between DH and catcher. Thank you, all those listening. Wonder how Gene Lamont's doing these days. Hope Gino's watching.
Yeah, saw him a bunch this spring.
Yeah. He's got to be tuned in.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
the best.
Always tuned in.
He's the best. Fouled off. 0-2 on Rutschman.
He's very good at holding everybody accountable.
Yes, he is. He really is.
Everybody knows.
Yep. Former Bucco skipper. Dietrich Enns is ready, apparently, to face the Pirates in the bottom of the 5th. See if Keller can get the catcher Rutschman. Left center. And that gets down and off Cruz's glove. So Rutschman will get an extra 90 out of it. And it's 4-2.
One of those tweeners where it looked like it might have been a little off the end of the bat. Didn't sound like it hit barrel, and it was just a sinking liner. There you see the changeup, yep, right off the end of the bat. So you see the swing from center field. You don't know how good he hits it. He's coming over. He thinks maybe I got a chance to dive for it. And so then tries to pull up and in and out of the glove.
Bounce to first. Samuel Basayo grounds out to Horwitz. RBI double for Rutschman. It's a 4-2 Pirates lead. To Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh, going to the bottom of the 5th. And this pitching change, Dietrich Enns on the mound.
And just a couple of appearances. 5 punch outs in 3 1/3. A couple of walks. It's been hard to hit. Just an 0.83 batting average against. Change up a big pitch for him.
We'll see a lot of left-handed relievers, the Pirates will, this year, with the starting lineup most days against righties. Cruz, Lau, O'Hearn, Horwitz, 4 left-handed batters. Lau doubled and walked against the starter Bradish.
Low 90s fastball from Enns, but doesn't throw it very often, about 1/3 of the time. See the sweeper and the change more often than not. That's a good take right there by Brandon Lau. Facing lefties, you don't see many changeups when you're left-handed facing a left-handed pitcher. And gets a couple back-to-back, able to waste that one.
Lau and Enns, briefly teammates 5 years ago in Tampa. Enns in his 2nd season with Baltimore. It's Lau, Reynolds, Osuna here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brandon Lau, traded over from the Tampa Bay Rays, a 3-team deal involving the Astros, Pirates, and Rays. Bucks got Lau, Jake Mangum, lefty Mason Montgomery.
Always gives you a good at bat.
cut, fastball 95.
Of course, we've seen Brandon Lau and Ryan O'Hearn before in the opposite dugout playing against the Pirates. But you can almost tell, especially right away through spring training. He's kind of frozen, just couldn't react to that changeup there.
One away in the bottom of the 5th inning. Between innings, Mitch Keller back to the dugout. Had a conversation. He goes up there and asks Paul Skeens something. Skeens talking there with Braxton Ashcraft. Skeens probably will pitch Tuesday night. Ashcraft will pitch Sunday against the Orioles. Padres come in Monday. Some tickets available tomorrow, 4:05. Game 2 of this series. Carmen Majinski for the Bucks against Shane Baz, the former Pirates prospect. And then Sunday afternoon, 1:35, Ashcraft versus Chris Bassett. .3-0. Reynolds did good work as a right-hand hitter on Tuesday. His first at bat against the lefty Brandon Williamson. Second at bat, second inning, homered. Switch hitting veteran Reynolds, who signed an 8-year contract extension with the Pirates in April of 23. Well, he's used one challenge in the first inning. As John is saying, team's probably a bit gun shy if you're down to just one left on the ABS challenge system.
Yeah, especially with nobody on, not a big situation.
Challenges left, one apiece. The Orioles, by the way, challenged for the 15th time already this season. Earlier in this game, that is third most in baseball. The Twins, Derek Shelton's Twins, have the most challenges, 26. Yankees 16 and the Orioles with 15. Coaching staff led by rookie skipper Craig Albernaz. Albernaz was on Stephen Vogt's staff in Cleveland. Reynolds draws the 1-out walk. Brings up Marcell Ozuna. Save big on Pirates tickets this season with your Pittsburgh Pirates PNC Bank Visa debit card. Enjoy discounts on lower and upper level tickets to select Pirates home games. Purchased in advance, not available at the PNC Park box office on game days. So go to pirates.com/PNC debit card. Ozuna against the lefty Dietrich Enns. Kind of surprisingly, last year Ozuna hit just .220 against lefties. Career .276 average versus southpaws. A lifetime .824 OPS versus left-handed pitching. 1 ball, 1 strike. Did that get him?
I don't believe so.
2-1.
Just tell I don't think he's seeing the ball that well, and that happens sometimes as a hitter. You know, it's one thing to chase a slider from a right-handed pitcher that starts in the zone. To see that chase on that second pitch on a breaking ball from a lefty coming towards you, very unusual to see from a guy like Ozuna.
3-1.
See if he gets a fastball.
2 strikeouts against the starter Bradish for Osuna. 3-1 now. Second time he throws over. Next time he steps off or throws over, he's got to get him, or else it's a balk. Well, John, I'm just looking at the splits from last year. Lefties against ends last year. Left-handed batters hit 353 against them. Wow. Righties hit just 226.
Again, I think his go-to pitch, the pitch he likes the most, is the changeup.
Explains it. It's a good one then against righties.
Yeah, what makes them good against left-handed batters is usually the breaking ball.
Well, take the walk, put 2 aboard. Osuna draws a walk for the 4th time in the early going. And now O'Hearn, who's walked and struck out. We've already talked at length going back to spring training about how good O'Hearn has been against lefties. And the pitching coach Drew French to talk to Dietrich Enns. Bradish went 4, gave up 4 on 6 hits. 8 men to the plate for the Pirates in the 2nd inning, and O'Hearn got it started with a walk. Walks for Bradish, 6 strikeouts.
Talking about Brandon Lau and Ryan O'Hearn, these additions to this lineup, the 2 left-handed batters, and from early on in spring training, you just see their approach at the plate, their comfort level, just so consistent. They so often, they're just up there. You don't see them chase. They're up there with a plan. They're not going to swing the bat unless they get the pitch they're looking for up until 2 strikes.
Oh, Rutschman, the block. Advancing from second on the wild pitch, but Osuna holds at first. But that's big with 1 out.
A great anticipation from Brian Reynolds. He sees that pitch way out in front and wastes no time. Watch his break. Hardly any hesitation. And you wonder, in the case of Osuna not moving up to second, obviously not a very quick runner, Osuna. You got to make sure that runner breaks from second to third before you break. And if they get off to a good jump and you don't, good chance you get thrown out going to second. So it's not just an automatic for a guy that runs like Osuna.
Tap foul on the check swing by O'Hearn. O'Hearn, who spent few years in Baltimore, 2.5 seasons with the Orioles. They traded him to the Padres last summer. Padres got Ramon Liriano in that deal. Two balls, 2 strikes. At the press conference, O'Hearn joked about the fact that he had been designated for assignment a couple of times. He was with the Royals initially. Lines this one into right center field. That's plenty deep to bring home a run. Ryan O'Hearn, sacrifice fly, brings home Reynolds. 5-2. What a job O'Hearn does.
Again, another professional at bat. And now look at the location of this pitch. We talked about the breaking ball or lack thereof from Enns. I mean, that thing's just spinning up there, up out over the plate. O'Hearn gets the job done with the deep fly ball.
7 ribbies in his 6 games. Horwitz now. Connor Griffin on deck. Horwitz just a couple of hits in 17 at bats so far the first week. How do you think Horwitz does against lefties? I mean, it's hard to say because he doesn't play every day, but
we didn't see him much against lefties last year, but towards the end of the year when he was swinging the bat well, he looked fine.
Yeah.
And the few opportunities he got to face lefties, I know he got a start or two towards the end of the year, and he looked okay.
Three and 0 on him. 30th pitch of this inning for Dietrich ends now coming up.
Horwitz in this count might look for something to drive. Hope to get that fastball, that same fastball that was out over the heart of the plate. Boy, he got it.
Yeah.
Just a little late. And when he's locked in, he's pulling that ball. He'll take his shots and hitters counts up until 2 strikes. You'll see him try to hit the ball to the pull side in the air. And usually does a good job shortening up with 2 strikes.
Ball 4. Brings up Connor Griffin. Statcast powered by Google Cloud. His first plate appearance in the big leagues. Second inning, this double laced into the gap toward Connor's corner. 106 miles an hour. Really got this crowd fired up.
Yeah, it's something. It was such a great at bat. Didn't see any fastballs, all sliders. Behind in the count early. Yeah, it's amazing these Orioles how much they mess around with runners on base with guys that aren't going anywhere. A lot of inside moves, a couple of pickoff attempts at second, several pickoff attempts at first.
2-0. And it's also interesting to watch Griffin's at bats because, I mean, the word is out around baseball. The #1 prospect coming into the season. They were pitching him tough in spring training. Two and 1. Just a handful of games. 5 games at AAA Indianapolis. Was 7 for 16. 5 walks, 4 strikeouts with the Indianapolis Indians. Griffin didn't think so, but he doesn't want to challenge.
Yeah, that's a borderline pitch, a changeup, and man, just catching a piece.
Strikes him out. No, Griffin's going to challenge.
I like it.
The pitch was moved to strike. The batter's challenging.
He's going to challenge Connor Griffin.
Well, again, you got to be pretty certain.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Ball. How about the reaction of an ABS challenge?
They want to
sellout crowd.
They want to see him hit.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's go.
That's something else. The family reacts to Connor Griffin challenging and winning and getting it to 3-2 instead of a strikeout. Check swing, foul. A double and a walk to start his major league career. 19-year-old from Jackson, Mississippi. And he goes down, the fastball. The Pirates get 1. They lead 5-2.
Welcome back. The excitement is not just taking place inside of PNC Park today, but at the new plaza at the North Shore. Right here, there is a screen behind us that is 40 feet. It is ginormous, and it's been playing the game the entire time. These fans actually just erupted in the same way when they saw Connor Griffin walk up to the plate and win a challenge, and they've had so much fun all day getting to see his debut. But the screen isn't the only thing that the new plaza at the North Shore offers. There is a restaurant behind me. This is called Sugar Bird. It has chicken and sandwiches and donuts and coffee and, of course, some beverages to enjoy. All of these fans as well. There's cup pong to play. There's cornhole people can enjoy. And of course, there's a stage as well where there was live music before the game happening. It is so fun to see all of these smiling Pittsburgh faces out here. It is packed as well. The energy today has just been off the charts, Brownie. The hottest ticket in town, without a doubt. But out here, it's been even better. And we did taste test those donuts earlier, by the way. They were chef's kiss delicious. Michael McHenry, Rob King, Stephen Brawl, they agreed, and I heard they might be giving us some other stuff later in the game, so stay tuned for that. But a lot of fun surrounding the Pittsburgh Pirates today in the North Shore.
Hannah, thanks, and thanks a lot for bringing those donuts up to everybody. Hannah Mears taking care of McHenry and Brault and King. No, that's great, though. That's a lot of fun there in the new plaza.
Yeah, really cool. Got to see it outside the back here.
Yeah.
Great view overlooking.
There's Connor Griffin. Smooth as silk. He played a bunch of games, well, I think 15 in center field in the minors last year, did Griffin. We saw him in spring training briefly play center.
Last year, his first spring training.
Yeah.
And him playing in center field. I would have made the argument that the 18-year-old Connor Griffin was our best defensive outfielder. I mean, it was fascinating to watch this kid run around in center field, diving.
He told us that was we had him mic'd up in spring training, so that's probably his favorite spot.
It was insane.
I think what we're seeing is insane.
Yes,
it really is. Just we don't see it. 19 years old, first big league game here, lit up the crowd with that RBI double. It is Johan Ramirez. Keller looks for a final out to finish with 6 innings. Kind of battled here. Had traffic each inning. This would be the first time if he can get Cowser, be the first time he retires the Orioles in order, and would be a nice finish to his day. Coming off his strong 6 innings of shutout ball performance, his the Pirates' second game of the year in New York, his 2026 debut. Tapper, Griffin, Keller. As Horowitz handles it. And it's 5-2 Pirates. 5-2 Pirates lead. There is the Pirates chairman Bob Nutting, and certainly enjoying this day. And he talked before the game with our Hannah Mears about this special day.
And what I'm so excited about is that foundation is solid and gave us the opportunity to be able to add some of these pieces. Not only Connor, who's exciting, but you look at O'Hearn, you look at the pieces that we were able to bring in, filling in the targeted gaps that we had, drive offense, strengthen the bullpen. So that's why I'm so excited about this 2016.
He pointed out to Hannah that the foundation was here. He even mentioned Mitch Keller, who was drafted by the Pirates back in 2014. And Keller looks like he's done for the day, goes 6 strong. But not just Keller, I mean, a lot of the pieces were in place. And they added to it this offseason with, O'Hearn, that trade. Lau coming into that deal with Mangum and Mason Montgomery, and the free agent signings of Osuna and O'Hearn. Gregory Soto, the lefty free agent sign. Jared Triolo now facing Tyler Wells, the 6'8" right-hander. There's Connor Griffin with Marcell Osuna.
This is a legit team, a legit lineup, a legit rotation, bullpen. This lineup, I mean,
as you said, it's legit. It's a legit team.
Few holes, and I think what I appreciate maybe more than anything is, wow, again, no check swings.
Yeah.
Triolo didn't look like he went very far. Take a side look. Yeah. Maybe an offer. But I guess what I like is Tyler Wells making his 4th appearance. Not a good start for him at 10.13 ERA. It always felt like last year, if it wasn't Cruz or Reynolds, where was the offense coming from? And we saw this, a slower start for Cruz and Reynolds, but it was Lau and O'Hearn and others. And then, then Cruz and Reynolds took off in the Cincinnati series. But you can have a couple of cold guys, but you're always going to seem to have a couple of hot guys in there, a couple guys that are capable of changing the game with one swing.
And if you're an opposing team, no longer do you, even like Osuna, he's really struggling right now, but that's it. He's got the resume, the track record. You have to think about him.
Yep. And it's not like there's not many guys you could pitch around, and I think that was part of the problem. I mean, you had holes in your lineup in years past where you can bypass guys, not give certain guys any pitches to hit to get to the next guy. But this lineup, you're going to get in trouble if you're pitching around to get to the next guy, because just about anybody could do some damage.
Fair ball, diving stop at third, Alexander, and safe, as Henry Davis thought that ball was in the corner, so he went into a turn at first.
Yeah, I thought that was going to cost them. We'll see if they review this or challenge it.
They are.
Challenge it. Now, I think that turn cost Henry Davis. What an amazing play by Alexander. A very strong throw. And yes,
he's going to be out.
Yeah, he's out by a couple of feet, and Henry can't believe it. I think he went over to Tarek Brock, the Pirates' first base coach, to ask what happened. I think he assumed it was down the left field corner. He was thinking too. And then he saw the first baseman stretch. Yeah, you see, he was ready to turn first, head to second, and he saw the first baseman stretch, Alonso.
Look at that disbelief.
And now he's asking the Tarek, what happened? Did he catch that? That was amazing.
Blaze Alexander.
After the call, the play's overturned. Runner is out. Baltimore retained.
They got him by almost a half a step. And Henry always runs hard, and he runs pretty well for a catcher. I didn't think Alexander had no chance of throwing him out for how deep he was, and he wouldn't have if Henry went through the bag. But Henry, again, he's thinking too, because he thought it was down the left field corner.
Fly ball, right field. Beavers. It goes as a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th. Pirates lead by 3. Mitch Keller, 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits. He worked around 4 walks, some traffic, finished with a 1-2-3 6th, in line to get the W. And with his first 2 starts of 2026, Mitch Keller goes 6 innings.
2 quality starts, and maybe he didn't have the command he wanted, but you know, he's a veteran and he knows how to pitch out of some trouble with some help from Henry Davis. Has now give way to the bullpen, the Valvoline pitching change. It's Johan Ramirez, and he has been outstanding. The 7 punch outs and 4 2/3 innings at velocity in the upper 90s. The wicked breaking ball. Just not a comfortable at bat, especially for righties, but not comfortable for lefties either.
2-0. Blaze Alexander just robbed Henry Davis of extra bases and then threw him out when Davis thought it was going to be a ball hit down the line, making the turn at first. Alexander led off the 5th with a base hit to right and scored the first run for Baltimore. And he might have a hit here, and he does.
A little fister on the fastball, 95. He was sitting dead red, still couldn't get the barrel to it, but was able to muscle it out into center field.
Mason Montgomery, hard throwing lefty to the Pirates bullpen.
And you mentioned that play Alexander made against Henry Davis, and Henry Davis obviously, you know, hits have been a struggle to come by the last couple of years for Henry. And so, you know, he's kicking himself for not knowing that Alexander was able to glove that. But you also know with Henry Davis, he didn't have much time to kick himself. He turns the page and gets to the defense right away. And Henry already, he's going to go out to talk to Ramirez. Ramirez, again, it's hard to hit. His stuff is extremely good. And you look at the back of his baseball card, you might not see the greatest numbers, and you wonder how can he have an ERA anywhere above 3, let alone 4 or 5. And typically it's because of the command. If he's falling behind or walking guys, then it just takes one hit to come up with a big inning.
Bill Murphy, the pitching coach, now out to talk to him. Hey, time to stack the deck, presented by the Baseball Card Castle in Cranberry. A lot about Connor Griffin. We've got his 4 cards here. The Bowman draft, the 2024 draft, and best wave refractor, the 2024 Bowman Draft Chrome and the Panini Stars and Stripes. You have all these?
Not yet. I do now. The cards definitely trump the lunch I was just delivered. I mean, if you want to share lunch, I can give you, I guess, one of these, maybe. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking again a 19-year-old, and
Pirates talking there. The crew chief Dan Asanya has gathered them all behind the pitcher's mound.
Music playing. They're wondering what's going on.
Greg Albertaz asking the home plate umpire Jeremy Riak. Not sure what that was about. What's going on is right. In the PA system, here's Taylor Ward with a count of 2-0. Runner at first, no one out. Oh, I feel like he needed that strike. 2-1.
Quality strike at that. Ward with that big power.
36 home runs last year. Oh, looked like they had Blaze Alexander leaning a bit.
Decent lead. Quick throw over. He's able to get back.
Left center field gap. Cruz over. Past him. Runner going to be waved. Throw to the plate is strong, but off the mark. Ramirez backing up. RBI double. Ward 5-3.
You'll see O'Neal Cruz with that big strides. Thought maybe he'd be able to go over there and make a diving play, but just out of his reach. Nobody out. That was a pretty aggressive send over there at third base. Alexander thought maybe Cruz could make a play, so then he gets waved around third. There's been a couple of teams burned already by that aggressive send. You know, so much was talked about with Cruz and the misplays in New York. It was later in that series where he made a huge play from out left center field with that big arm, getting it in, able to throw a guy out at home plate.
Single, double. Nobody out. Connor Griffin the relay. And the double for Taylor Ward on base for a third time. Gunnar Henderson has had 3 really good at bats. Trying to get that man to third. 0-2 count.
Yeah, it looks like that's his intent. Hit the ball to that right side. A little out in front. And let's see if Johan can finish him. Again, when he's ahead of you, it's a tough at bat.
Cruz in center.
Yeah. Not going to advance on that.
One big out for Johan Ramirez. Runner Ward stays at second base. O'Neal Cruz keeps Ward at second. And Johan Ramirez, a one-time Oriole. This is Pete Alonso, over 3 against Mitch Keller.
throw a bit. 98. Yanked it a bit. More than likely his last batter.
Switch hitting catcher Adley Rushman on deck. So got a call there, just barely. Did he?
That's a good take. I mean, this pitch looks like it's a strike the entire flight. The whole time it left his hand. That's a good take by Alonso. Boy, good pitch there. I think he throws it again. You're going to throw it 2-1, 3-1. And I would think 3-2. Nope, came right at him.
Yep. Cones are out. Another 3-2 pitch. And fouled off to the left. Stays full on Alonso. Big bat in the middle of this order for the Orioles. Yohan Ramirez. Follows Mitch Keller. The lefty Mason Montgomery up. 3-2. A challenge from both the pitcher and the catcher, Davis and Ramirez.
Yeah, this breaking ball freezes Alonso. Starts right at him.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The call is confirmed. Pittsburgh has 0 challenges remaining.
Wow. It doesn't get any closer.
Talked about how the strike zone is a little bit different. It's not three-dimensional anymore, so pitch could actually catch the front part of the plate or back part, but it's smack dab in the middle as Don Kelly is going to go to the bullpen here. Mason Montgomery with 2 on and 1 out. Five-3 Pirates, top of the 7th, but the Orioles are threatening here. And this Pirates pitching change is presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a service you can see, experts you can trust.
Valvoline numbers for Mason Montgomery. And that ERA went up due to his last appearance. Gave up a pinch hit homer to Eugenio Suarez on a hanging breaking ball. 2-run shot.
Rutschman walked in the 4th against starter Mitch Keller, then the RBI double in the 5th to left center. 3 for 10 this year against lefties. Against righties and against lefties, he is 1 for 4. So he's a right-hand batter this season. For Montgomery, right-handed hitters 4 for 10 so far.
That fastball, upper 90s from that left side. Hard to get extended on that good fastball. One thing you don't want to do is leave a breaking ball in the zone, especially heading the count.
A 100 from Montgomery. It stays 1-2 on Rutschman. Well, the new Pirates, Montgomery coming over from the Tampa Bay Rays along with Brandon Lau and Jake Mangum. Connor Griffin charges. A little bit of trouble getting the ball out, but guns it to first. Runners move up, 2 outs.
That's his only play. Ball not hard enough to get a lead runner, so just make sure you get it out. A little bit of an in-between hop, catches it in the web, which can give you a little trouble getting the handle of that ball. But that's the other thing about Connor Griffin. He has a cannon of an arm.
Samuel Basayo now, the designated hitter. Mountcastle on deck to pinch hit for Dylan Beavers. It gets to that point. Lefties 0 for 5 against Montgomery so far, and in his career they've hit 183. Montgomery, who made his major league debut with Tampa Bay in 2024, rookie season last year. 0-2 on Basayo. 100 upstairs. I don't know how he got a piece of it.
I was thinking the same thing. After able to fight off that high fastball, you think maybe a breaking ball, but be careful of the wild pitch.
He struck him out, and he did go to the curveball. Henry Davis nods. That's what he wanted. That's what he got. Montgomery strands 2. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by your Western PA Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. Debut of Connor Griffin, home opener. 7th inning. Pirates try to get that run back. They scored the 4 runs in the 2nd. Orioles twice in the 5th. Pirates got one of those back. And the sac fly by Ryan O'Hearn in the bottom of the 5th. And the Orioles just got one at the top of this 7th inning. It's Lau, Reynolds, Osuna against Tyler Wells. Wells has made 3 previous starts in each of the last 3 years against the Pirates. One, 2, 3, 6th inning for him. Double walk strikeout for Lau. Lau's first at bat as a Pirate here at PNC Park. First inning against Kyle Bradish, doubled into the right field corner. Davis, Connor Griffin, Bubba Chandler there, leaning over the railing. Jared Triolo. 2-2. Miles gets the strikeout on the changeup. You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com or scan the QR code. Anyone in SNP's territory can sign up to watch direct to consumer or log in with your current provider and get direct access to live Pirates games plus all of the Pittsburgh sports content you love. Loving the sellout crowd at PNC Park. Beautiful day. April the 3rd, the Connor Griffin debut. Pirates coming off back-to-back wins in Cincinnati. They've won 3 of their last 4. Brian Reynolds walked his last time up against the lefty Ends and scored on the sac fly by O'Hearn. And the left fielder Ward, ball carrying that breeze kicking up toward left.
Reynolds sure would love to have that pitch back. He got a pretty much center cut fastball. Didn't quite get the barrel out.
I see him blowing straight out the wind. Dennis Santana. Interesting, as Don Kelly's going to have him pitch the bottom of the 8th. Perhaps Gregory Soto for the 9th. 0-1 count on Osuna.
Borderline pitch goes Osuna's way.
Ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on here. Bottom of the 7th. Tyler Wells has retired each of the 5. O'Hearn. Easily skips out of the way. Still nimble. Should be easy for Alonso. 2-3 go the Bucks. Head to the 8th inning, leading by a couple.
Well, a big day for Connor Griffin in his Major League debut, and a big day for his father, Kevin, as well. Now, Kevin has got to watch this dream come true for his son, but he also coaches a Division III softball team called Belhaven University. Being here today meant he missed a big game for them, but wanted me to shout them out and say congratulations as they swept the number 8 team in the country. So congrats to Belhaven softball, congrats to Coach Kevin. And Brownie, on March 21st, he earned his 500th career win, adding to his legacy as the all-time winningest head coach in Belhaven softball history. A big day for the Griffin family.
Nice. Thanks, Hannah. The Blazers. Belhaven Blazers has a ground ball, and quickly Dennis Santana retires Dylan Beavers. Jake Mangum takes over in left.
Valvoline numbers for Santana. He's been really good ever since putting on the Pirates uniform. Off to a good start. 4 scoreless outings.
Mangum takes over in left for Reynolds. And now switch hitting Leody Taveras bats for Jeremiah Jackson. It's like Soto. They're thinking Gregory Soto, the lefty, because they don't want Gunnar Henderson to face a right-handed pitcher in the 9th. Looks like that's the game plan for Pittsburgh. Don Kelly, pitching coach Bill Murphy, Sidney Bayo, the assistant pitching coach. Strike. Couple strikes on the pinch hitter.
And Dennis Santana says he'll pitch whenever asked. So you're not going to get any complaints about him not closing games. And I think everybody assumed that he'd be the closer coming in.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Sidney Bayo added to the coaching staff this year, by the way. There's a strikeout for Santana.
Look like a change-up. There you see the change-up grip just fading down and away from the left-handed bat.
Let's look on the AHN Super Mode there. 2 outs here for Dennis Santana. He has been so good. Took over the closer's role after the trade of David Bednar to the Yankees. Don Kelly made a point of not calling him the absolute closer this year. He may pitch earlier than the ninth, and here we're seeing it with the hard-throwing lefty Gregory Soto, who has closing experience. Looking like we'll see him in the ninth. It's a tight-knit group out there, in particular Santana and Soto and Johan Ramirez. Two and two on Cowser.
You look at Santana and he doesn't blow you away with velocity. He doesn't have the biggest breaking ball or the greatest changeup, but he locates all three pitches around the zone. Just on, just off. Rarely misses in the heart.
Half swing grounder. Triolo on to first. 1, 2, 3 for Dennis Santana. Looking for insurance, leading by 2. Five-3 Pirates. Bottom of the 8th inning. Don Kelly with Dennis Santana. UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Well, what a dynamic personality he is.
He really is.
Always just a treat, and changes as Blaze Alexander moves from third to second. Kobe Mayo takes over at third. Rico Garcia on the mound. Kind of a late decision to dive, but the Polar Bear does the job, retiring O'Hearn.
Rico Garcia making his third appearance, 2 1/3 innings. Hasn't allowed a run. Hasn't walked anybody. 4 punch outs. Hasn't allowed a hit.
Ball 1.
38986, and that is a sellout.
Connor Griffin on deck. Spencer Horwitz, who hit a home run against the Orioles at Camden Yards September of last year. That had given the Pirates a 1-0 lead. Hit it off Tyler Wells, the previous pitcher. The Pirates were walked off back-to-back games in Baltimore last year, September 9th and 10th. Walked off by Samuel Basayo on the 9th and Dylan Beavers the next night. 3-1 put out, and Connor Griffin His 4th Major League plate appearance. His first 2 were against Kyle Bradish, the RBI double. The 2nd inning, his first at bat, walked leading off the 4th, struck out in the 5th against the lefty Dietrich Enns.
That double on a 2-strike breaking ball, and be easy to say if he doesn't. He barely stayed alive an earlier pitch where he just barely fouled off a breaking ball. You'd have to argue if he doesn't hit that double, the Pirates don't score 4 that inning as Soto gets ready for the 9th.
Didn't want to, but a comebacker. Pirates go down in order, and it's up to flame-throwing lefty Gregory Soto to get 3 outs in the 9th.
You want to
Game 2, it's the first homestand of the season, and Game 2 is tomorrow afternoon. Braxton Ashcraft starts for the Bucks against Chris Bassett for the O's. Coverage of that one here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh begins at 3 p.m. And here is Gregory Soto.
Valvoline numbers. He's allowed 0 runs in his 4 1/3 innings of work. 8 punch-outs.
These Orioles with the Birds. Parts of 2024 and 2025. Traded to the Mets just before the deadline last year. Pirates signed him as a free agent. It's 0-2 now on Blaze Alexander. Gregory Soto's first save opportunity as a Pirate. 56 career saves, 30 of them with the Tigers 4 years ago. He was 30 for 33 that year with Detroit. Pitched the 9th inning on Wednesday in Cincy. Thought he had him. Pirates have no challenges left. And that would have been a ball anyway. 2-2 on Blaze Alexander. Got him, one away. But with a sweeper there.
And a little bit up in the zone. 83
those swings where you're in between as a hitter. He's actually late on the 83-mile-per-hour breaking ball. A guy throwing as hard as Soto does, you don't normally see guys tardy. A little indecision, maybe an emergency swing, thinking, it's too close to take.
Couple of strikes on Taylor Ward. Gregory Soto, 31-year-old from the Dominican Republic, made his major league debut in 2019 with the Tigers. 4 years with Detroit, season and a half with the Phillies, and now 2-2. Phillies traded him to Baltimore, deadline deal, 2024, and again, as we said, the Mets got him second half of last year. 2-2. Griffin, Triolo, and Jake Mangum went over.
Look how far he goes, by the way. He's at shortstop.
Great look this is, too.
Yeah, it's out of play.
Oh, man.
He gets to the wall down there in that corner. So everybody thinks speed. You think stolen bases or scoring runs, but they also can cover a lot of ground when you have great speed.
Yes, he did. The slider from Gregory Soto, and the Pirates are 1 out away from an electric home opening win. And they will all stand, sellout crowd of 38,986. They came to see him. They came to see the new look Bucks. Strike one on Gunnar Henderson. This is why Don Kelly had Soto pitch the ninth. Mainly for this reason, right here, facing the lefty hitting shortstop Gunnar Henderson. And a fly ball, foul territory, and out of play.
Soto mixes up his delivery a little bit there. We saw a slide step fastball to the last batter, Ward. That time, a slide step slider had Henderson out front.
0-2. Nice job by Henderson to be able to even foul that one off. Stays 0-2. He has lined to right, single to left, doubled to right. Those three at bats against the starter Keller, in line to get the W. Flied out against Yohan Ramirez. Another foul by Henderson. One-year free agent signing. Reportedly $7.5 million to get Gregory Soto here. Another 0-2 pitch. Did he go? No. One ball, two strikes on Henderson. Drive to right center field. O'Hearn back. And Gunnar Henderson on a 1-2 pitch. Homers off the lefty Soto. Makes it a one-run game in the ninth. His second of the season.
And you kind of saw it from the first at bat of the game from Henderson. He seems to be locked in, and he gets a little bit of a hanging breaking ball. And you mentioned it, him fouling off the two-strike slider, then the two-strike fastball that were borderline on that outside corner. Gets a mistake and capitalizes.
That was just the 8th time a left-handed hitter has hit a home run off Gregory Soto in his career. You're talking about 550 batters he's faced from the left side. Strike one on Alonso. Strike two on the polar bear.
Yeah, there's that slide step fastball. Speeds up the delivery. Barely stepping towards home. And great location. And now if you go back to that breaking ball, it can't be in the zone.
Why go back to it?
Yeah, exactly.
Get him with heat. 0-2. He went to the breaking ball and raised the Jolly Roger. The Pirates win it, the home opener 5-4. The Connor Griffin debut. A huge success today.
I'd say so. What a great day. Your opening day, it's always a great atmosphere. Of course, more exciting because of the arrival of Connor Griffin. You know, the Pirates with only 6 hits today. They made the most of them, scoring 5 runs on those 6 hits. And they all started, you know, the scoring with the Connor Griffin double, as Soto finishes it off with the great breaking ball out of the zone to Alonso. But you think about 4 of the 6 hits in succession, starting with Griffin's double, single, which led to that 4-run second inning. Couldn't have started any better for Connor Griffin. So I think that wins the ball game. That at bat, that double.
Yeah, you're right. This is the different. And he comes in, of course, in the suit. And he's got number 6 and the rousing ovation, and taking the field for the first time, and handles that ground ball. And then his first at bat into the left center gap. That makes it 1-0. Family going nuts. So is this crowd. So is he. And then he scores the blazing speed on the Triolo single to right. The head first dive. Package this one. Let's go down to Hannah Mears with Connor Griffin.
Thanks, Brownie. We are here with the man of the hour, Connor Griffin. I think the fan reaction sums it up here today, KG. But was your Major League debut everything you dreamed it up to be?
Yeah, and it's all to these fans right here. Let's go, baby. Man, this place is awesome. Let's keep winning.
Well, you're a big part of why they showed up today to support this Pittsburgh Pirates win. But your at bat was a big reason to get this offense going as well. That 2-strike RBI double, your first hit in the big leagues. Take me through how you manifested that moment.
Yeah, just a lot of noise. You know, there's a lot of excitement around right now, but just trying to compete every pitch and go get a win.
Ryan O'Hearn, of course, baptizing you here in Pittsburgh with the cone in the ice bath. But KG, defensively as well today, you turned the first double play of the year for the Pittsburgh Pirates in a premier position at shortstop. How comfortable did you feel out there?
And these guys making me so comfortable out here. Like, it's just, you know, I get to go out and do my thing and have fun and go try to win games and compete.
When you look around at what this atmosphere was today, what can you appreciate about how these fans showed up to support you and the Pittsburgh Pirates from pitch one?
All I'm gonna say, let's do it again tomorrow, baby. Let's go.
KG, raising the cone, hoist that cone. But I also want you to look up in that suite up there. There's a lot of Griffin fans in that suite up there. What does the support of your family being here today mean to you?
They're my everything. You know, I wouldn't be here without them. So shout out to you guys up there. Let's go.
KG, congratulations on your debut, on the win. Pittsburgh is very excited to have you here and excited to have you here moving forward. Congratulations.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Brownie, can he be more pumped up? Well deserved.
No, the crowd, and had a great job, and just storybook day in the Burgh. He provided so much excitement. Icing on the cake in this home opener. Unbelievable.
Really, I mean, it's something else, and you know, I don't know when we'll calm down as far as talking about this 19-year-old kid with all these tools and all this talent, but you know, it couldn't have worked out any better. That first at bat, you know, with the nerves and everything else, and coming up with that big that RBI double.
Emotional day, tribute to Maz and some others that we lost over the winter, as Connor Griffin makes his Major League debut. Just sensational stuff And it's just the start of it, because game 2 of his career is right here tomorrow at 4:05. Bucks and Birds. Stay tuned. Much more to come.